Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the Anime Mystics Podcast. I'm Roman,
I'm Steven Sanosuke-sama.
and today we have a couple guests with us. You want to go ahead and introduce them? Or...
Yeah, these are my homies, and I'm so excited to have them. This is, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 months into us recording this, or maybe it was even like last year when things were starting to trend anime and manga wise. I knew these guys were like into it because they're fantasy, sci-fi, and Western comics fans, and so I was really like I wanted to get them on, but there was a preconceived notion, let's say, that they might not have clicked, we might have not have worked it out, but because they're my homies and they love me and I love them so much, we finally got them on. These are my guys. It's Eddie and Ramon from the Pretenders channel. They work in a local comic shop here in the Bay Area. And so go ahead, y'all. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell us what y'all about.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys, I'm Eddie. And like Steven was saying, with retrenders.com. You guys can check out the website. Got a bunch of videos of me and Ramon on there, doing a bunch of stuff, going to a bunch of anime and, comic conventions. And like I was saying, we also work at Comic and Figure Addicts. That's in Union City, California, right here in the Bay. You guys, you can check out their website, cfaddicts.co, or follow them on social media.
Yeah, every Tuesday he'll post up all the new merch. Sometimes we get anime stuff, so yeah.
Keep the weebs happy.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've got quite a bit of a section just for the Japanese import stuff.
That Japanese stuff.
That Japanese stuff that keeps coming back. We can't get rid of it. Kids keep asking for
it. We got your Figmas, your Nendroids.
It's true.
It's a whole shelf for that stuff.
It's true. I was telling Roman about how you guys have the Racing Nero, and I was like, that was a limited run because that was special for the Wonderfest. And so I was like, if no one buys that like at the brick and mortar, if you put that online, I'm sure you could probably get like 200 to 300 for it, because that's a very limited item. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Racing Nero.
The owner goes to a lot of the cons or stuff, and he brings back exclusives.
Yeah, that was a Japanese exclusive from Wonderfest, which is which is like the trade show for all the toys, Nendos, and Figmas and statues and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's what that came with, and that was Good Smile collaborated with Fate, and they put out a bunch of waifus and racing gear, and they picked Artoria, Jean, and Nero, and so with the Figma, that you can get some change with that. So I was like, you guys are doing it right.
Okay, yes. So the way it works is we actually have a lot of customers that come in and buy, sell, and trade. So a lot of people come in with like some of their old collections that they'll find that they just don't need anymore, or like don't want anymore. And they'll go, hey, Juan, can I trade this in for either cash or something in the store? And, obviously, if you're doing in-store, like, credit, you'll obviously get more out of the deal. So, yeah, there are a lot of people that'll come in and they'll bring in, rare stuff like that. That's like, obviously Juan's not going to go to Japan just for, a figure like that.
Right.
But, like, somebody comes in and decides to trade it in, that's how he ends up with some of that stuff.
Nice. So it's like you're kind of like a flea market in Pawn Stars.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I could say that. But
or at least the toy stuff.
Yeah. But the way it really works is like it's all about the owner Juan, right? Like So our buddy Juan, he makes all the decisions when it comes to like the trades and stuff. It's like, Ramon and I will come in to watch the store for him when he's out from time to time. But I know we don't make any of those calls. If somebody comes in to trade, it's all between the customer and Juan.
Right.
And then the way it works, rule of thumb, is it's usually it's all about Juan's confidence and can he move the product, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna come in with a Funko Pop and Juan doesn't have it on the shelf, then he goes, okay, wow, that's a rare piece. I don't have that. I sold out all of mine. Yeah, I'll trade you for something or I'll buy it off you. But if you're gonna come in with like a basic ass like Pikachu Funko Pop and he's got like 20 of them sitting on the shelf, he's obviously not gonna give a fuck about it.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah. Because when you said it was buy, sell, trade, I was gonna call you GameStop, but I didn't want to disrespect y'all like that.
Yeah, thanks. We do a little better than GameStop, I'd like to think.
Yeah. It sounds like it, and when you are independent like that, you get to make the judgment calls. With GameStop, it's all a fixed price. You have no say in the matter. But when you run it like an indie store like that, or an independently owned business like that, yeah, you can make your own sales.
Yeah.
So, and what about like?
Our things, we've been around for a while now. We're going on to almost 10 years. What are we on right now? Year 9, Ramon?
No, on November would be year 10, because I remember he opened up November of the year that the New 52 started. That was 2011.
Ah, okay, yeah. So we are going up to 10 then. Yeah, see? So, I mean, it's hard to say, with all these, like, because indie stores open all the time, right? You get these little small shops, you get guys going, hey, open my own store, and then they sell shit, and the next thing you know, they're fucking closed.
Right.
Not that I'm saying that's going to happen to us, but, I mean, it's obviously this is all, like, thanks to Juan and his, genius and stuff. Like, he knows his clientele, he knows what he's doing, he's a great businessman, and that's the reason why he's 10 years going,
Right.
Not to diss all those other shops, but I mean, come on, we've all seen them, right?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. With collectibles and comics and whatnot, it's a hard market because you need the clientele, and it's like you said, in an area maybe Spider-Man sells, but in another area it'll be like Superman sells, and some people care about comics, some people care about manga, some people care about toys, and if you
we got all three.
Yeah.
There you go. And when you're particular like that, especially when you have an eye for what's rare and what's hot, yeah, you'll definitely be in business a lot longer than someone who, like you said, takes 25 Pikachu Funkos Pops. So
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it is. It takes a business sense too. You only get that knowledge with experience. So
yeah, and we're slowly making our way into cards. We've been getting a lot of kids coming in asking for Pokemon cards.
Yeah, that's been making a comeback. Went back into the cereal, and then McDonald's was carrying them.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
So
opening cards again.
When are you gonna get into Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, I'm good.
I
left Yu-Gi-Oh back in high school.
You gonna get into the Star Wars TCG?
I believe they had one like back in the day, pre-Disney, but right now all they have are Topps cards.
Well, I'm saying that we need a Star Wars TCG where Rey is more powerful than Yoda, like she is in the Gacha game.
You know what? Yeah.
Well, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that because that's my segue right into the main topic. Is okay for the last couple of months. Like I said, we've been talking about this, about the transition from Western comics into manga and anime, right? And it was like dudes like Roman and I, and a lot of us other weebs. We've been doing this for a minute, and I don't know about Roman, but quite honestly, I thought that nothing really changed. Like, and we all four of us go to Fanime. Like it never seemed like it got more or less people to me. I never noticed an increase. All I know is that the hotels kept selling out faster and faster. That sucked. But I mean, other than that, it never seemed like attendance ever went up, right? But apparently, according to the sales, if we were to judge it by that, apparently more and more people are getting into it, you know? And then we saw Demon Slayer made like what, 22 million like across internationally or something like that. And it was like, what the hell? So yeah, so I really wanted to get your guys' opinion on that. Like, as guys that work on the front lines in a comic shop, do you guys see more interest in manga? Do you guys see like people that used to buy, for instance, like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Avengers, Justice League, now they're actually buying Jujutsu Kaisen and Naruto and shit? Or, you know, it's not this, it's just the same. And I know that you guys also, when we were talking about this at our 4th of July barbecue, you were mentioning that Juan stays open because of the lists. So, you know, you want to just kind of like give me some insight on it. Like, what do you guys see when you guys are working there in the fields, in the weeds?
I mean, I think it's the same. I don't think anything has. I don't think anything has changed. Like, as far as like I don't see people really converting. Then again, it's like, I don't know. Okay, so the way I view everything, and this maybe it's just me, but I never really ever found it West versus East. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always just been, hey, you know, you like comic books and you like nerdy shit and you like anime, cool. You don't have to like one or the other. You can like both. And yeah, we get customers that come in and they actually do like both. You know, they love their MCU, they love their Marvel shit, or, you know, DC comic books, whatever. And yeah, they're also into Dragon Ball and, you know, whatever anime is out right now, right? So yeah, they're Demon Slayer and whatnot. So I don't know. I feel like it's always been the same. But yeah, like I was telling you, you know, we still have tons of people come in every week, buy comics. They buy them right up.
What's been selling?
Yeah, I mean, Ramon sees it. I know Ramon sees it like every week. You know, he comes in every Wednesday. We got a whole list of regulars that come in and buy books.
Yeah, so the regulars come in and make pull lists for what comics they want every month.
Yeah.
So, well, every month, because they'll at least come out once a month. But yeah, we have quite a bit of people who make a pull list, and they could range from getting, I don't know, 3 comics a month to, I know one guy was getting like 20.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always hated pulling his
list.
list, because I'd be like, shit, I better not miss any of his goddamn books.
Do you get any like perks? Like, does he get priority on the variant covers or any of that, or?
For the people with pull lists?
Yeah.
You don't really get priority on variants, but you get priority on, if we only got 10 of these books in, and there was at least 7 that wanted it on their pull list, you 7 are getting it.
Right.
The other 3 that are left up on the shelves are first come, first serve.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes
I mean,
sense.
you can put like on your list, you know what I mean? Like, you could let Juan know, hey, I would prefer this, you know, cover A
Cover
over cover
B,
B,
over
or cover
A,
B
yeah.
over A, or whatever. You know what I mean? Just because, I like the artist doing the cover this month, or Art Germ is doing a cover. You guys all know Art Germ. You know, he does all those fancy hot anime girls, right? Like, he's doing a cover on the DC book this month. Hey, hook me up with that cover, and you know, he'll try to accommodate if he has enough copies and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
If you put on your list that, hey, can I get every Art Germ cover this month?
Yeah.
All right.
Or every Peach Momoko cover, then, you know, he tries his best to hook it up.
Do you have anyone that has a pull list with manga on it?
No.
So I remember when no, go ahead.
Oh,
I was gonna say manga is mostly just first come, first serve.
Yeah, and it's not like he orders, like, he doesn't really order manga on the regular. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we got a couple in the store, or yeah, we got some in the store, but I feel like it's not something that's like, you know, he's gonna buy like one of every manga that comes out and like
He
have
doesn't-
it up, you know.
He
A lot
doesn't
of it is
know
just, like
enough
order.
about manga to have like a full shelf of manga. He's slowly getting into it, but he is getting into more of the manga stuff because there are a lot of the younger people that come in. They always ask me where the manga section is.
And then you tell them that, oh, well, we got this cool Spider-Man, and they're like, shut up, old man. Where's the Jujutsu Kaisen at?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Actually, most recently, people were looking for the Chainsaw Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's got an anime coming out soon.
Yeah, like next month, actually, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
And yeah, so some kids trying to talk to me about anime like I don't know what it is.
Have you heard of
It's
this thing called
very
anime,
funny.
old man?
They're like, yeah,
These
you know what
youngsters.
anime is? I'm like, yeah. He was like, what's your favorite anime? Mine's Naruto. I'm like, I don't think you'll know what my favorite anime is. You're like 10.
Should have been like, do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? Boom, bitch! Now what, kid? Cry out my store.
His dad would just stare at me like, what?
It reminds me of that one meme that goes, "Oh, don't dare speak to me of that magic. I was there when it was created." Or some shit. Like,
Look, kid, don't talk to me until you can explain to me the plot of ReZero, alright? Rookie. Normie. Oh, man. Yeah. So, let me ask you this then. In terms of the Western style stuff, what's selling right now? What are they actually? What is, like, the number one thing on your pull list that you see?
Commenting.
I see a lot of. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, Ramon, you would know more than I do, because I mean, you're the one who actually pulls all the books now and helps Juan out do that like every Wednesday. So I'm sure you would see, you know, more than me. You probably answer this question better than I would. But I mean, just from my perspective in general, I feel like it's like evenly, you know, spread everywhere. I mean, Ramon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, every
Marvel, I believe we sell more Marvel than we do DC.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that there aren't any DC fans that come in. I mean, I know for sure there are tons of people that come in and do buy, you know, DC books. I mean, you can't go on Batman. People love buying. And Ramon's one of the guys that comes in and buys. He's like the only person that buys an Aquaman book. He's somebody giving Aquaman money, and that's Ramon.
He really likes Jason Momoa, okay?
No. Comic Aquaman.
So my point is, there's a little something for everybody, you know. Like I go in and I buy nothing but Spider-Man. Like that's me. I like Spider-Man, right? And then Ramon, he doesn't buy any Marvel books. He buys a lot of the DC stuff. You know, he likes.
I mostly stay within Green Lantern because I like that it can take place anywhere. It's not just stuck on Earth.
Yeah, and you know, and that's just Ramon and I, for example. But I know another guy where you know, he'll buy only X-Men books.
Okay.
Like, if it's X-Men related, he'll buy only X-Men. And, you know, I know some guys that... Everybody's different. Like, sometimes it's not even about the subject matter. It's about...
The writer. Or the artist.
Yeah, the creative team, right? So a lot of people are fans of certain, you know, writers or artists. So some people will come in and go, I will only buy things written by this person or things drawn by this person, regardless of what the title is, because they're just a fan of that person's work. You know, simple as that. So sometimes it's not even about the actual subject matter. It's just they just love that person's, you know, what they do, right?
So I guess that's kind of going we're in a different direction than I thought. I thought people were coming in like, oh, it's really buying Spider-Man or really buying Avengers or really buying Captain America. But you're saying now they're trending away from the series or the characters to the artists and the writers?
Well, no,
Yeah.
I still get a lot of people who get Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Like I was trying to say, is it's different for everybody.
Right.
See me, I'll buy Spider-Man regardless of who's creating or writing it, right? Because I
Mhm.
just love Spider-Man in general, and I'm sure Ramon could tell you the same. Like he loves Green Lantern, and regardless of who,
Yeah.
the creative team on that, he's still gonna follow and write, and read Green Lantern.
Well,
So,
only certain Green Lanterns. There are other Green Lanterns that I could care less about.
Hey, Ramon, who's your favorite Green Lantern?
Kyle Rayner.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the one that triggers everyone, but I guess not. The one that went crazy.
The one that went crazy?
Yeah, the one you told it to me a while ago, and I was just like, which one? And then everyone was all like, yeah, that's the worst one. And then you were like, no, that's my favorite. Was it Guy? Guy was something, right?
Guy
Guy
Gardner.
Gardner?
Yeah, Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Guy Gardner fan,
Yeah.
but he's not that bad. He's still part of the Four Horsemen,
Okay.
which is Hal, Guy, Kyle, and John.
Steven's like nodding his head like he knows who they are.
Yeah, no, yeah, not at all. I'm like,
He's like, oh, Four Horsemen. I know who those guys are. Yeah.
yeah.
Arn Anderson and-
Yeah. Except he started naming the WWE wrestlers. Arn Anderson. Yeah. No, like I said, that's why I'm learning here. That's why again I'm fascinated by the fact that the claim now that is we're following the artists and the writers, because again that's what the people that I follow on YouTube are complaining. Those are the exact things they're complaining about. Actually, they're saying that the story is ass and the art is ass. And I know that in our chat, remember I shared the Winter Red Hulk, She-Hulk. And I was like 2 weeks ago, Fate Grand Order dropped their own Death by Snoo Snoo, and I was like, she looks way better than what they're about to drop with Winter She-Hulk, and I was like, okay. But now you're telling me that people follow artists and writers, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting that as an answer.
Yeah, I mean, those ones that you hear about where people are talking shit about, like, oh,
Right.
this sucks and that sucks. I mean, a lot of this stuff is objective, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they did point out one artist, and maybe that artist really does suck, but it doesn't mean that all of the artists that work under the comic book industry do,
Right.
So it's,
No, you're right, and that's a fair point. That is a fair point, because you'll always highlight the terrible, but you'll never talk about the good. So, if there are any good, and I've shared one, because there was one I also shared that there was she goes to Fanime and she did that Psylocke, that was all like very anime, very artful in the palettes, and I was like, okay, and I said, Ramon, if you fucking make X-Men comics like this, you'll fucking get my money. But no, instead we have Psylocke dating the Blob.
Fat dudes need love too.
Sure. I guess again that's going to the writing aspect too, which is why again I'm still
There are some shitty writers, and there are quite a bit of shitty artists.
Right.
Because I get to just sit there while working the shop and just look through some stuff. And
right.
Yeah. There's a lot that I just stay away from. Well, one of the Green Lanterns they created that I don't like, they call her Teen Lantern because it's a teenager.
Okay.
But she wasn't chosen by the ring. Instead, she hacked the power battery with the laptop. And I was like, how?
Is this kind of like
How is that
internet gas
possible?
type of situation, Dad?
Did you hear what Roman said?
No, I did not.
He said, "Is this like internet gas type of bad?"
Oh, right. Internet gas. Yes. Something like that.
So
Okay.
I think I kind of told you, Eddie, about this, but the first time I think I really started noticing this on our podcast was last year before Corona kind of was hitting and lockdowns happened, and I was doing a recording at Rowan's house. And we were in Boku Hero was going on, and it was the Overhaul story arc, which was a very well-received arc, even in the manga, and even in the anime, it was also fairly, like, everyone was hype about it, right? And so, we're over here discussing and talking about it, and I told Roman, I was like, dude, did you see what they're doing in Marvel? They're doing New Warriors, and they got dudes called, like, Screen Time, who got his powers from his grandfather's internet gas, and Snowflake and Safe Space, and this goth vampire kid named B Negative. And I'm like, well, meanwhile, we're over here, like, talking about the anime version of, like, the 80s, 90s X-Men, because, let's be honest, that's what Boku Hero is. Let's not kid ourselves, alright? And I was like, how? How did this happen? And that's kind of when I first started coining the phrase, you're getting your ass kicked by a chick named Froppy. Because it's like, you look at Froppy's design, and that's saying she's voiced by Aoyuki, and you know how much I love Aoyuki. And even I'm just like, and she's like a knockoff Spider-Man in terms of her powers, like sticking to the walls, and she has a tongue that can, you know...
Actually, it would be more of a knockoff Toad.
Okay, well
From the
then...
X-Men.
Yeah, fair enough. Even more tying into the X-Men trend then. And I'm like, and now look, you can see Boku Hero is trending on all the sales charts. Everyone loves it. Even the movie, I want to say, made like $2 million. The All Might movie that broke like $2 million in the States. Yeah. So very, very popular. And Marvel, the guys who created the genre or created that, you know, the X-Men formula, they're coming up with Snowflake and Safe Space, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What? What? So yeah, that was kind of the first time I had to take a step back and be like, what's going on here, man? But yeah. Response? Thoughts?
That book never did come out.
No, it didn't. No, it did not. Rest in peace.
There was a huge outcry. They
Yeah.
even didn't they block comments on their video after a while? Like, for a bit, they left them up. And I think they turned them off after a while.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I mean, I never read that book. Did it ever come out?
No.
Is it something that
No,
used to come out?
it got so much. So many people were shitting on it.
Yeah.
It never came out.
Correct.
Also, I think
You don't gotta worry
because
about
it got announced before COVID hit, that could also have messed it up.
Possibly.
Possibly. Probably.
At least that'll be the excuse they give.
If it ever does come out, it's whatever. Yeah, I mean, look, I plan on buying just Spider-Man. That's it. So regardless of what new crap comes out, I'm gonna continue to buy my Spider-Man, and Ramon's gonna continue to buy his DC books.
Guy Gardner.
It won't matter because he's gonna continue to read his DC, and I'm gonna go, read my Spidey.
See, it'll only matter once your character that you read
Yep.
gets put into an event.
Yeah.
Right.
And while some events are cool and they're fun to read,
They're like, bleh,
they're DC and Marvel have been throwing out events like nothing. And Eddie and I had to kind of be like, you know what? Let's pick and choose which event actually we want to buy.
Yeah, because there was a time where we were like buying into and reading into everything, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the minute a new Marvel or DC event came out,
Yeah.
Ramon was on top of the DC stuff, I was on top of the Marvel stuff, but then eventually, and yeah, at the time I would read them all, and Ramon would read them all too, but then it was like, some of them were great, some of them were amazing, and then others were just like, I kind of really didn't need that.
Yeah. Fair.
Like, it didn't do anything. Okay, whatever. So now it's just, like you said, we're just going to pick and choose what we like, right? That's what it's all about.
The only bad thing is, what if the character we like gets changed because of this event? And when we go back to reading the single title, the change comes with, and we're like, when the hell did this happen?
And then you got to go back and
then,
read the event.
and then we got to go back and figure out what the hell happened.
Yep.
But, I mean, that in itself is very rare, right? That rarely happens. So I feel like it's not much to worry about.
What event is going on right now in Marvel, and which one is going on in DC, or is there anything going on right now, like crossover?
The only thing I can remember for at least Marvel is the Heroes Reborn stuff.
Yeah, so in that event currently, it's centered around Blade, the vampire, right?
Okay.
And like he kind of, I guess the easiest way to explain it is he wakes up one day, and nobody seems to, like his entire world just changed. Like, you know, there are no Avengers. It's like a what if type thing where like he woke up and he's the only one who remembers the Avengers. And in this new reality, there are no Avengers at all. Like, all the heroes are like completely different, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it's kind of a mystery, like him trying to solve it and uncover and figure out, wait, why did all this happen? You know, where did my reality go? Type thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That kind of a.
Go
Go ahead.
DC side.
Shoot, I don't even know.
All right.
The last event I remember for DC, and this was like a couple months ago though, was the 5 Year in the Future event, the Future State. And everybody thought
it was the last event that happened.
Everybody thought, oh man, they're like setting everything 5 years in the future now. And after you read through a couple stuff, you found out, okay, this is pretty much an Elseworld, like different universe type stuff. And once it finished, it just went back to the regular,
Timeline.
the regular stories, which was then like, okay, you could skip over this event.
Yeah. So, which goes back to our point. Some events you could just not even bother reading.
I think that Ramon brought up a good point too, because in the Blade thing, that's kind of what he was alluding to, is that they're going to make changes, and then they're going to implement those changes in the mainline story, and then it's going to be like, yeah, you didn't see the event. This is the new norm now, and it's like, I didn't want any of this. So
Yeah.
So it's
That's scary.
I mean,
Gotta have faith that they're gonna do the right thing
yeah,
at the end of the day.
yeah. And so let me ask you this: as a result of that, of people rejecting the changes, are you guys selling more of the old school graphic novels, like the bound ones, the compilation graphic novels?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we do still sell those, but I mean, that a lot of the people that like buy those are just, you know, I guess it really just depends. There's a little bit of everybody, but majority of the people that buy them are like just people who just want to read their books. You know, they're like, oh, I just want to read everything in like one shot. Like, I don't want to buy individual issues. So there are a lot of people that gravitate towards, you know, the trade paperbacks or the graphic novels, the hardcovers.
Yeah, because I know that was me. Because I got Infinity Gauntlet because of Thanos, and then I got Civil War, which I could have sworn I had, like the Civil War, the main Civil War, like the 9 volumes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I gave it. Yeah, the first Civil War was good, but the second one was, what was it? Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel versus Star-Lord, and I was like, wait, what?
So that whole thing was basically, have you seen that movie with Tom Cruise called Minority Report?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, what, they
It was
find like a
Minority.
mutant that can see into the future or something, and what Captain Marvel was using them to try to find events that were going to happen before they did, so she could stop it.
Yeah.
Iron
and then
Man was like,
Iron
no,
Man
you can't do that. That's
Wait, that's not cool. We can't judge this person before they even do shit, you know?
But I've seen them do it,
So-
so yeah.
And then that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't Professor X look into the future, or was that too far for him? Or
I think he was dead at the time.
okay, fair enough. That answers that.
The guy's
Yeah.
always dead.
And I know, right? And that's something that we were talking about on Monday night when we were at the Cyberpunk bar. They were saying that Wolverine apparently has been dead for 5 years now. And I was like, my first immediate response to that was, well then, how are those X-23 sales been going?
She has her following.
Yeah, I can imagine that's the only reason why they killed him and they kept him killed off.
Yeah.
But they never stay dead.
Yeah, right, that's what they said. So when
Unless you're Uncle Ben, and then you stay dead.
Oh, well, yes and no. Yes and no. We'll get to this in a minute, but not in the live action. He's been brought back 3 times. Well, the 3rd time he was called Tony Stark, but dish. Too soon? Too soon? Too soon? Too soon, Ramon?
No.
3 different universes.
3 different universe. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that's the next thing too. Is the MCU in general. It was like, probably in our lifetime the greatest cinematic achievement that anyone has ever concocted, and now it's just, oh man. No,
It's still good.
you
don't
like that
see
you
anything
say
wrong with it.
Cinematic achievement.
well, because it actually blended together a bunch of media. It crossed over a bunch of different storylines into one giant cohesive one.
Oh,
And-
no, I know.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm glad that you said cinematic.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't cinematic, it's Smash Bros.
Oh, I used to call it Kingdom Hearts, but yeah, you're right. Then in the Eternals, Sephiroth and Cloud are just gonna come out and start fighting. So you ain't wrong.
Oh my god.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's you know me, man. In 2008, Iron Man 1 will always be the best MCU movie, and
You'll
you
go back and watch Iron Man 1.
yeah, absolutely. And I had a respect for Robert Downey Jr. before that because I always loved him in U.S. Marshals. And if you go watch U.S. Marshals, you'll see so many people from the MCU actually in that movie, including Tommy Lee Jones, Captain America 1.
Yep.
The chick that was in there, that's actually Samuel L. Jackson's wife, Nick Fury. Obviously Robert Downey Jr., Wesley Snipes, Blade. So it's like you see so many, and then even was it Winfro? That's the Ben Urich from Daredevil, Daily Bugle's finest.
Nice.
What up, Ramon? I educated myself. I did some research.
See? Okay. I respect
So-
it. Nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of people in U.S. Marshals that ended up in the MCU. And yeah, and then the movie stands on its own. But and then ever since then, it's and now we're here in 10 years later, and it's kind of like, Senator, you got to do better. And I'm like, oh dear God. Yeah, and Roman still defends the MCU. Roman's still invested in it. I've tapped out, man.
I mean, all I see is a lot of people after Endgame.
Yeah.
Automatically went, all right, I'm done,
Yeah.
and then just started hating on the MCU for no reason.
I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly.
Okay, so
It's like,
I
what the heck? What happened? Like Thanos is done, and now what? You're done with it all of a sudden?
I don't think
Yeah,
that.
I
Good.
feel like for a lot of people,
I don't want to wait another 10
follow
years.
all of that. Yeah, like I feel like that's what happened was Ramon, for example, right? I forced Ramon. I physically forced Ramon to watch all of the movies with me.
Okay.
Like he didn't have an option. It was I would buy tickets, plural, and one of them would have his name on it. Before I even asked him, I would just have a ticket ready for him and go,
It would be,
"We're going,
hey man, we're gonna go watch the thing. I'm like, cool. He goes, no. We're going to go
with
watch.
me. I'm picking you up. I'm not asking you to watch it with me. You are going to watch it with me. The movie's tomorrow. We're watching it. Done. And then that's it. And I would drag him along to watch it, whether he liked it or not.
That's how he got me to watch Crazy Rich Asians too.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm dragging you to watch this film. You're watching it. Done.
So,
And he
wait.
would just do it. And he was a good sport about it.
Wait. Crazy Rich Asians. Eddie, how did you get advanced screening tickets for Shang-Chi? The movie's not even out.
Oh,
Oh!
You know, it's Asian connection. You know.
Aquafina's,
I got my ways. I got my ways.
So, yeah, so that means, Ramon, Eddie dragged you to Captain Marvel as well?
no.
Yeah, because I was like, I think we saw that together, right, Eddie? You and I and Manny, our other friend? And your
Yeah.
sister, I believe. I think that was it. And I was like, I don't think Ramon was there with us.
Wait, where did we? I don't remember where we watched that.
It was in Union City. It was
Okay.
It was definitely in Union City. And we were in the parking lot, and it was awkward because it was like you were the only one who was like, "Yeah, I'm okay with it," and the rest of us were like,
Oh,
It wasn't a bad
No,
movie.
it was good. It was great. So, all right. Here is
Because I
my
didn't
take.
watch that movie with you guys.
I don't think you were there.
I could have sworn you did, but I took Ramon to watch a majority of them. Okay.
Yeah.
But
No,
so here's my take on Marvel movies in general, right? So let's be real. The formula for a Marvel movie, like they have one, and they
Mhm.
use it in damn near all of their origin films and all of their films,
yes.
and a lot of it's the same, right? Because it's like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Don't
To-
mess with it.
To that point, I want to remind everyone that even Black Panther had a car chase. But continue.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So, you know, they do all the same stuff in every movie, and because they know it works, right? It's like Fast and the Furious. You just get more, you know, you just throw some cars in there, make them do some crazy stuff, and that's it, right?
Family.
But, like,
Well, I think people go to watch Fast and the Furious because they know it's gonna be stupid,
yeah,
and they're gonna have
exactly.
fun, make
Because
it
they
fun.
know they're going to do something crazy outrageous, right? But that's my point, is they understand their clientele and they know. But the thing with Marvel movies is I always feel like it's very similar to like Pokemon, like the video game. You asked if you were to like poll like, you know, a dozen people, right? Majority of them will say, "Oh yeah, red and blue are the best. Red and blue, yellow are the best."
Okay.
Like that. That's
Nah,
what,
man, it's
right?
freaking gold and silver. You get Kanto and Johto.
Yeah. And then you will get, you know, the 1 out of 10 that will say that, like Ramon, right? But then let's be real. Majority of the people will say red and blue, right? And then I feel like with Marvel movies, it's the same thing. They've seen it so many times that by the time you get to one of the movies towards the end, Captain Marvel, they'll go, "Oh, I'm sick of this shit. It's boring. That's stupid. I fucking hate it. Da da da. That was dumb." But then it's like, let's be real. If Captain Marvel were to have come out first and introduce everything, you'd all be saying, "Oh, that was the best movie." And if Iron Man came out just now, you'd be saying, "Oh my god, this sucks. I've seen it a million times already. This is boring."
So,
You know what I mean?
I see what I know what you're. Yeah, go ahead.
You see what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely, timing was different.
So, which is interesting that you mentioned that because that's what a lot of people did say is because it had so many controversial moves in it. Let's say that they sandwiched it in between the two basically bookends of the whole everything they were building up towards. And you know, everyone knows that was deliberate, you know, because if it did well, then it could be like, well, you know, it's great, it stands up on its own. And if it didn't do well, they still got money out of it because you had to watch it because it was mandatory reading. And I agree. If for me personally, it was a 5 out of 10. It was a thing. I didn't hate it. I think I hated her more when she shit talked Peter Parker in Endgame. I think I've made that abundantly clear. That's when I just kind of turned on Brie. There is, you know, again, Ramon and Eddie. I love y'all and I want your Western comics to thrive to make y'all happy because it ain't gonna make me happy. It's gonna make y'all happy. So when this blonde bitch come out with her fucking Karen haircut and be like, Hi Peter Parker, got something for me?" Nah, bitch, got a pink slip. Get the fuck out of here. You just got here. The hell are you talking to the kid like that? Fuck out of here. I got so mad. Fucking triggered.
One of my favorite memes of that year was the Ada Peter.
Oh my fucking god, Karen ass haircut. You got something for me, Peter Parker? Nah, bitch, I worked for everything I own. Fuck off out of here, no handouts.
Wait, did he? I thought he got everything from Tony Stark.
This is that. That's another triggering part right there. That's another triggering part right there. Because they don't like a lot of these guys don't like the MCU portrayal of Iron Boy.
I don't mind Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man's great. Tom Holland does a good job portraying Spidey.
I think I'm gonna be a little
Everything.
And the two movies I've watched with him, like his Spider-Man movies, I liked the bad guy more than I ever liked Peter.
That's
I'm
cool.
like,
You're like
that's
one
bad.
out of 7 million people. The other 6,999,999 still say they like it, so it's okay.
Like, I guess this was because I didn't grow up with Peter Parker or Spider-Man, but I think that what a lot of people were salty over is that he didn't quote-unquote figure it out on his own. Because I do remember there was I don't know if it was an alternate or something, but he ended up going to like NYU and he ran through Mr. Fantastic, Bruce Banner, and Tony Stark, and he's just like, yo, these nerds are fucking hella smart. I think even Hank Pym might have been in there too, and he's, you know, on their level without being them. You know, like he is one of the big minds of the Marvel Universe. And so, but in the MCU, he's basically really hasn't had a chance to shine, because even, you know, the last two movies has been him dealing with Tony's waste, basically. And that's why a lot of people have issues with that. Yeah. That's been...
Yeah, it just kind of does. They highlight it a little bit, but like very little, in Civil War. Like when he's first introduced, right? Tony Stark comes into his room and, you know, finds the web shooter, finds the webbing, and even Tony is like, you know, what the hell is this made out of? What did you come up? And then he explains, and he's like, oh crap, you're actually really smart, you know?
Right.
Like that, we were supposed to already know that. Like, I guess they didn't want to do the whole, okay, let's start from the very beginning and do a whole nother intro film and do a whole nother origin story just to tell you that he's a genius. Like, they didn't need to do all that. It's just, hey, he's a fucking genius. Just take it and run.
I think that on a personal level too, I know the memes is always like, we gotta kill Uncle Ben again, but I'm gonna admit something here, that I actually missed the Uncle Ben thing, because in the MCU they don't even have they said Uncle Ben at all?
No.
Yeah, right? So I wasn't tripping.
Yeah, they have. No, they have.
When?
In Civil War. He mentions it. He alludes to it.
To this day, I can never recall him actually saying Uncle Ben.
I don't think he actually mentions. He doesn't say Uncle Ben, but he talks about what happened.
Yeah,
the incident.
Okay,
that made him decide to become Spider-Man.
We've heard the story a million times at this point. You know, we've seen it with Toby. We've seen it with Andrew. You know, we don't gotta see it again. I mean, I guess you could, but like. You know, it's like, how many times do you gotta watch Bruce Wayne's parents get shot in a dark alley outside of Zorro?
Every movie.
All the times. That's always the best part of the movie.
Apparently, and his mom's name is Martha. So.
You know, I forgot his mom's name was Martha until that point in the movie.
I think everybody did.
Yeah,
because I'm watching it and I'm like, what? Oh, you're right. Oh shit.
I never knew his mom's name, but I'm not a big DC follower, so.
Yeah, and that they're also changing that too. And was it Flashpoint that it's coming out, right? It's still Ezra Miller as Flash, but it's just going to be Michael Keaton Batman. I thought it was supposed to be his dad in Flashpoint. It's supposed to be.
I don't know. Maybe it will be. Yeah. Maybe we'll see multiple Batmen in the movie. I don't know. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen in there. Maybe.
I actually like Flashpoint. I own the freaking absolute of the Flashpoint story.
Well,
I actually liked that story.
Yeah, that's the book, right? But I'm talking about like in this movie. Like, we don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Well, if they're gonna put like multiple Batmen and all that stuff, why call it Flashpoint at all?
Here we go. It is. That's what it is. No, go ahead.
All I'm saying is every Marvel movie that's come out, it's never followed the source material to a T. I'm just saying they're gonna take liberties with this. Who knows what they do with it? I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Maybe it is, Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton, Batman. Maybe when they refer to him going to talk to him and talking about his father at the end of the book, like you're talking about, maybe that's his Batman. In the end, he goes and sees Bruce Wayne, and it's Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne at the very end of the movie. And Thomas Wayne is actually played by Negan, did it in right before he got shot in that last Batman film. We don't know.
Which is
Just
funny.
because they said Bruce Wayne's in the movie, maybe he's not even a big part of it. He's probably only in one scene. Who knows?
Well, apparently they put poster art of Michael Keaton in the Batman suit, but it looked more like the more recent Batman suit from the Batfleck version.
So he's gonna have neck movement.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not Tim Burton. But that's something that again was triggering to a lot of these people, is because they didn't stick to the source material enough, let's say. And, that's the excuse they use, is, it's the cinematic universe and all that. But, again, you go back and you look at, Iron Man 1, and it was pretty faithful. They did a pretty good job with Iron Man 1 sticking to his origin story.
Well, you can't really change
Yeah.
Iron Man's story
Yeah.
too much.
So, I forgot where I wrote it, too, but that was my catchphrase. He built it in a cave with a box of scraps. Love that line. Oh, I need to get that on a shirt. Tony Stark built this in a cave with scraps. But sir, I'm not Tony Stark. And Eddie and Ramon, so I don't know if I told Ramon, but Eddie, let me tell you, the whole reason why I actually fell in love with Iron Man to begin with was because of Marvel superheroes in the 90s. Because of Capcom's Marvel superheroes. I was like,
Yeah,
Iron Man, fucking proton cannon, over. It's fucking over. And then when RDJ came along and he portrayed it, I was like, done, son. So, granted, the cartoon helped as well. And Capcom being basically broke, that they were just throwing all sorts of properties and shit at the wall to see what stuck. And they pulled all the voice actors from all the Fox and the WB shows at the time. So, it was all the TV cartoon show voice actors. So, it was actually, Bub, Wolverine, and Optic Blast, Cyclops, and all the X-Men guys and all that. So I could be mistaken, but
I grew up watching a lot of that stuff,
Yeah.
Back early '90s, and a lot of stuff is great.
yeah. So when they brought them all over to make all the Capcom fighting games, I was like, all right, that's pretty good, that's respectable. But yeah, then I fell out of it until the MCU, and to also go back to what Roman was saying, I never intentionally tapped out after Endgame. I just don't see anything worthwhile now. And I've seen it. We reacted to the Eternals trailer together, and it was like, meh, And
they just went back to a true teaser.
Yeah,
They didn't show you much.
yeah, I
Yeah, you don't really see anything in there.
It wasn't like a usual Marvel teaser where they reveal half of the plot.
right, right.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Well,
I just watched the movie. Okay.
they didn't reveal to you the Captain America, so you find yourself in detention scenes.
Exactly.
So they left a little bit of mystery in there. But yeah, no, that's basically what it is. None of the guys that they're bringing in for Phase 4 look interesting, and the ones that I do want to follow or watch are the guys that are already established, like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and Venom 2. So, and I know they're hinting at that because in Morbius, they put in, go figure, Michael Keaton's Vulture. So,
Well, that's for Spider-Man.
yeah, but we'll see. I want to keep the faith that they're building towards Maximum Carnage, but we'll see what they do. I think that might be 2 or 3 more years away, so that Spider or Iron Boy can grow up a little, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I mean, if you go by what the fans want, they want to kill off Peter and bring in Miles.
Ramon, do you agree with that?
I like Peter.
Ooh. And Eddie, does your Spider-Man wear Jordans, or is he just a nerd?
I mean, I don't mind either. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Miles in the live action eventually. But, I feel like Tom Holland's only done, 3, 4 films right now?
Yeah.
Five.
Yeah, the 2 Infinity
Civil
War,
War.
Endgame, Civil War, and the 2 Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's only done 5 movies. Make the kid work a little more.
Seeing that after he leaves, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna work on my Uncharted movies for the next decade.
That's right. He thinks he can be Nathan Drake. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like 5'3" though, man. I don't know. He a
And
tiny
he's
guy.
still a growing boy.
That's what I'm saying. Is that if we're building towards maximum carnage with Spider-Man and Venom and Woody Harrelson's Carnage, put some years on that boy, put a little bulk, and then there we go. But the other thing too is a lot of these actors, especially him, they sound off. And when he mouthed it off saying that Spider-Man should be gay, and I was like, okay, hold up, that kills the actual fantasy of Spider-Man, because that was the whole gimmick to it, was that the nerd gets the hot chick. And I was all like, does he understand that? He goes out there, he saves the world, gets the girl, and she's hot, and he's not. But that's the dream. And then he's just like, oh yeah, Spider-Man should be gay. And I'm like, you don't understand any of this, do you, homie?
Who said this?
Tom Holland.
It was during the time when a lot of the non-fans were saying that Spider-Man needs to be gay.
There's a lot of Peter Ned shipping going on.
Kind of like how they said Toothless needed to be gay.
What?
You didn't hear about that? All these people that were upset that they didn't make Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon gay in the 3rd movie? That they didn't make the dragon he fell in love with a dude?
What?
Yeah.
See,
I didn't even care about... Okay, so I actually watched How to Train Your Dragon 3. And I was just like... I don't know. The dragon romance was just awkward as shit.
It was just there. Yeah.
Is it?
I was like, no, I want to see them fight the dude who wants to get... I forgot. Did he want to get rid of them, or did he want to use them?
He wanted to kill... Well, he was a night... was it? What are they? Night Fury hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Oh,
wanted to-
right. He was like, oh, that's the one that... There's one more, and it's that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically 2, because they had a white one.
Oh, I guess. Didn't they call it something else?
Yeah, it had a
Night
different
Fury?
name, but it was technically still a Night Fury, just not black.
It was a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
shiny.
Oh, yeah, it was a shiny Night Fury.
That's something else. I don't know if we talked about on the last episode, but a couple episodes ago, we were talking about the 2 communities as well, and I was mentioning that when our Fujoshis get out of line, we tend to check them, and in the Marvel side and all of that, they're encouraged. They're actually cheered and applauded, and then when they were like, "We're not making Bucky and Falcon gay, stop that," and they just shriek even louder. And it's like, this is no way to run the industry or any industry, and it's like, yeah, no, Bucky and Sam are not gonna do funny stuff in that VW bug that was in Civil War. It's not happening. and they get just so mad, and it's all like, Fujoshi's come out there like, Bakugo and Deku need to be gay, and it's like, shut up, and then they go away. So it's it's like that, and I'm like, we need to encourage good things and discourage bad things, but at the same time too, it's like it's when you tell them for Joshis to stuff it, it's always done with love and all that because they are a very important part of the community. But I think that on the other side, on the Western comic side, I think that they take that shit way too far, and I think that backfires a lot with the virtue signaling, and I think that hurts. That hurts them a lot. Especially, like, one of the things too I was going to ask you guys is, do you think they're really trying to line up the comics now with the movies? Because I guess they're saying that Sam Captain America, Falcon Captain America, was like, when he debuted, like 2014 or something?
It wasn't that long ago.
And he's already in the show. And Falcon has been around since like the 70s, right? I believe the 70s. And it was like, they could have done any number of storylines, and instead they're like, nah, we'll just make you Captain America Falcon. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was just good timing. I mean, Cap's gone.
And I had
but everybody thought in the beginning that it was going to be Bucky.
Like Bucky was going to get it.
Yeah, because that's...
And then we get Bucky Cap for like a little bit.
Yeah.
And that has happened, right? I'm pretty sure that has happened. Yeah. Bucky did get the shield for a minute.
Yeah.
See, but I feel like Bucky getting the shield for a minute was equivalent to when Dick Grayson was rocking the Batman suit for a minute.
Ramon?
Because I mean, that did happen. Batman disappeared for a while,
yeah.
And then while he was gone, Dick Grayson was rocking the Batman suit.
Yeah.
For like a hot minute, right?
So that the baddies didn't know that Batman was gone.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in the comics with Bucky Cap, people were like, I don't think this is Cap wielding a, gun.
I mean, he was wearing the Captain America suit. He just had, black pants and a gun?
Yeah, and that gun, I'm pretty sure people were like, huh.
That's not Captain America.
I don't think that's Cap.
Not my Captain America.
Yeah, no, hashtag not my Captain. My Captain America is always Frank Castle Captain America, so you know.
Yeah, I don't think he was fooling anybody.
So the giant star, that's where the skull's got to be. And actually, I was going to bring up too that was a different origin story, having the MCU's Punisher debut in Daredevil, and I actually thought that was fine. I actually didn't have a problem with that. That storyline changing.
That either.
Yeah,
I thought that was fine.
And I know that was a who did it? Garth Ennis did that storyline where he basically tied up Daredevil. He chained him up, and then he put the revolver in his hand, and he was all like, "Look, this is someone that you're going up against in court." And it's all like, if he's like gonna leave right now, he just got he got acquitted. You couldn't put him away, and Frank is just all like, "If you don't kill him, I'll kill him," and he's all like, and Matt is just like, "Oh, you're a fucking asshole," and all that. And then in the end, Matt did pull the trigger, and then Frank is just like, "You see, because any man, when they're pushed to their limits, they'll just do what they got to do." And the revolver was empty, so then Frank just pulls out the sniper rifle and snipes the dude anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, they've had fun interactions, and most of the time, 75% of the time, it's Frank just getting his ass kicked. But that's why I love Frank. It's like he commits to the meme. He commits to the meme, and that he'll get his ass kicked, but he'll still prove a point. That in the end, the only thing that separates him and the other superheroes is a bullet, basically. And then he gets his ass kicked as a result. But yeah, John Bernthal really, really sold it. I was like, that's a damn good Punisher. Probably he's right up there with Dolph Lundgren as my favorite Punisher. I'm telling you. And was it Ray Stevenson? Wasn't he was the Warzone Punisher, but wasn't he also the main villain in Black Widow? Or am I thinking of someone else?
Black Widow.
the main guy that they modeled the main bad guy of Black Widow that they modeled Harvey Weinstein after? Rykov? I think Rykov, right?
Oh, you probably the villain of the Black Widow
Dreykov.
movie?
Yeah. Dreykov.
Yeah, Dreykov.
Isn't that the same guy that played Punisher? I'm looking him up.
I don't know.
Isn't that Ray Stevenson? Ray Stevenson.
I didn't recognize that. You know, the first time I saw that actor pop up in that movie,
Uh-huh.
you see him in the tracksuit and the sunglasses. I thought it was John Goodman.
Yeah, no, Ray
Winstone.
Winstone. Okay.
You're
I'm way
close.
off. Way off. Yeah, it's a similar sounding name, but I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. Yeah, that was one too that people got triggered off of because they were like, oh, Ben should have had her movie. She should have had her movie before Captain Marvel had her movie.
Yeah, she should have.
She should have.
Do you think that
100%.
she deserved it as a character? Like, did she have that much of an influence? Would you think? Like, could they have used a different female Avenger?
People liked her.
Yeah, I mean, even since like, you know, you guys have all seen Iron Man 2, right? Like,
Yeah.
The first time you see Natasha in action, what does she do? She takes Happy and she flips him in the ring, right?
Right.
Puts him in a head scissor, like flips him over, and it's like, whoa, you know, there's something up with this chick. So just from that very first moment when you first, you know, meet her, already you're like intrigued, right? You're like, oh, okay. Like, now you got my attention, all right. And then you finally see her suited up and in action, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you know, again, a lot of it comes down to, you know, she has her following, right? She has her fan base.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never understood people that said that Scarlett Johansson can act. I honestly think she's pretty wooden.
I don't know. I think she's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm not judging her on the looks because I get the looks. She looks the part. She looks the part. I get that. But I'm saying in terms of her acting, it's like she only has like one speed from what I've ever seen.
No, she seemed pretty good in the movies.
Yeah, I guess.
I've ever seen her in anything but.
A Marvel film.
Yeah.
I always confuse her with Charlize Theron, so it's always hard because I was like, yeah, she was in The Island, right? No, that was Charlize Theron. Or Theron, sorry. Oh, man. Yeah, see, I can't answer that because I can't recall.
What is that movie?
See,
with
I didn't
Bill
even
Murray?
watch. What was it? Ghost in the Shell.
We've had this conversation too because what they're doing to the MCU now is about to be what they're going to do to anime and all that. Because like we've been saying, the gravy train seems to be winding down on superhero flicks. So the next thing they're doing, they just bought the rights to make a Lost or a Made in Abyss live action, and it's like, and then Roman's just all like, well, might be better than Fist of the North Star. The Hollywood live action. His name is Jaggy. In the Hollywood live action of Fist of the North Star, they call him Jaguar.
Wow.
God, I looked up the actor too. Who played him again?
I don't even. I think the only one that I remembered was Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That was the only named actor I recognized in the live action Fist of the North Star movie.
From Annihilation? That's a different Raiden.
Yes, that's right. Not Christopher Lambert, the second Raiden. Because he was also Ajax in The Warriors. But yeah. There was something else that I was going to ask too.
Chris Penn.
Chris Penn, there. Okay.
He's the one that plays Jaggy.
Oh, Chris Penn. I'm sorry, dude. He was from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm way off. I'm tripping. Yeah. Damn it. I was going to ask something else. Oh yeah, I was going to say. So, the Captain Marvel thing. Are you guys familiar with the Captain Marvel thing and why people are so triggered? Like Marvel had such a big makeover. Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
Okay, because I personally always knew Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel in the black and yellow lightning bolt. And so when they said that, oh yeah, no, that's Captain Marvel in the blue suit and the Karen haircut, I was all like, wait, what? I only recognize the black suit. So, but apparently that's very, very triggering for a lot of people, because I guess the original Captain Marvel or Marvel was OP and was great, and everyone loved him, and when he was a dude, and I'm like, what? I was hoping someone could give me some context on this.
Oh no, yeah. I'm not
Marvel
familiar.
was before me, and I never really cared to look him up.
But he was a thing. He was a prominent
Yes.
thing. Okay.
It was Marvel, and then it was Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel after that, and then it was who we have now,
Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
Brie Larson. And she isn't even half as cool as she was in Scott Pilgrim. But yeah, that really just set off a lot of people, because again, they're taking all these liberties with a lot of these characters, and that's one of the things that they're saying nowadays too, is they're like, if it works against you these days to actually be a Western comic fan and then go and watch MCU movies, because the changes are so radical. And some of them, again, I either didn't pay attention to, didn't care, like with Heimdall, with him being what's his face,
Idris
Oh,
Elba.
Idris Elba, yeah. And it's like, that's fine, didn't whatever. So, but it is a change, because it's like they're Scandinavian, you know, so it's white folk and blonde hair, but it's like, yeah, whatever, okay, don't really care
Well,
about that.
I mean, they're not Scandinavian. They're aliens.
Yeah, in the context of the MCU, yeah. So again, that's what it is. It's like this change leads to this change, leads to this change, and then it's almost a completely different thing now from what it was, you know, from what you read back in the day and all that. And it's like, at first they were doing it only to minor characters and whatnot, but then they started doing it to like the Ancient One. And then they did it to, again, Marvel and Captain Marvel, and it's like, whoa. And it was just like another one, and they kept going with it. And it was just like, okay, now it's more and more to check boxes.
Well, my thing is, I don't see why anybody expected it to be Marvel anyway. I always expected it to be Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
So anybody who
some
thought it was
people
going to
who
be
wanted it to
Marvel
be,
would set themselves up
Monica.
for disappointment.
Monica, and what was special about Monica Rambeau? Fill me in on her. What did she have a good run, or was she OP, or?
For a lot of people who didn't grow up with Marvel, or like reading Marvel, they read Captain Marvel as Monica Rambeau.
He was going to be in the next Captain Marvel movie.
Right.
Yeah. She was just introduced.
She
in,
was Captain Marvel after Marvel.
Because at that time, Danvers was still Miss Marvel.
Right.
Yeah, Warbird. Yeah, or Miss
Yeah.
Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Warbird, that was the black suit, right? The black suit and the lightning bolt. Yeah, that's what I always remembered her as. And so that's why when they said Captain Marvel, I was like, oh, it's the black suit, right? What the fuck is that American flag? What the hell? Yeah, yeah. It's.
Well, it would have been Miss Marvel if it was going to be the black suit. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. So that's.
But then
Yeah.
nowadays, if it was going to be Miss Marvel, it'd be what's her name? Was it Kamala Khan?
Which is coming.
Yeah.
Which is coming. We just don't. Are they going to introduce her in the Disney Plus TV series, or they're just going to introduce her in the movie?
I don't know. I mean, I know she is getting her own show on Disney Plus. I know that much for sure.
I don't know anything about her, so it's going to be interesting to watch that one.
So
All I
you-
know is that she seems to be kind of a ripoff of Mr. Fantastic.
No, she doesn't stretch. She embiggens.
Oh, okay, so like
Yeah.
Luffy then.
Well, she can actually shapeshift as well.
She what?
Shapeshift.
She can shapeshift.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
not like Luffy.
I was gonna say just like Luffy. Wow. Okay, so it's all like, Johnson, we're getting our ass kicked by the Japanese. What are we gonna do? Rip off their ideas. Brilliant, Johnson. Now make it a gender bent and you're hired.
Well, that's just fate.
Yes. They're ripping off Fate too. Fuck it. They're just everything that's popular in Japan. Put it in Marvel Comics. Yeah. So because Luffy is basically rubber, so yeah, if he like contorts his face, he can change his looks. So that is correct. That is correct.
And he enlarges his body parts too.
Yes. Oh man, that's great. Oh man. And yeah, that's one of the things that they've said is to anime and manga's favor is because everything is just basically streamlined. You know, everything moves from point A to B, C, D, E. Yeah, you know, it's all like that. Versus, and this was a thing that I've seen a lot. You know, and you've seen it too in Marvel and DC and superhero or Western superhero things. Is like you know, like the Riddler is like super OP, like he's just the most demented, sick fuck of all time. And the next like story arc, he's just like he's like, aha, I set up this bomb, and then he gets one-shotted, you know. And it was always like those power inconsistencies, just always kind of like made me raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, because it depends on the writer.
Is that it?
For the time.
Yeah, because there are some writers that hate certain characters.
So why were they put on the project?
Because they probably had a good
Because
run
they're a
on something
popular
else.
writer at the time.
Ugh.
So they'll get them on and they'll have them do a run of like Batman or something, and then they'll make like your favorite villain look like trash.
Well, I was thinking Ramon or Eddie where he's going to educate me now, but here's Roman over here dropping hot knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows. Well, anybody who reads comics knows that it depends on the writer.
Books.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, and this just happened like not even a month ago, there was the gambling anime Kakegurui, that author. He tried to write a revenge fantasy, kind of like redo of Healer, and after one volume, they said, yo, your shit sucks, and they canceled him.
Well, okay, I read the article on this.
Yeah.
It was a isekai series where they killed off like main pro tags from other isekai shows.
Okay.
And he didn't really get the rights to use any of the likenesses to any of these characters. And the other authors didn't like it, so yeah, they canceled him.
This is where I remind everyone that Eddie is a huge Kirito fan. Like, I'm not even kidding. Unironically, Eddie loves Kirito.
I love the Sword Art franchise. Let's say that.
Okay, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Kirito is the Sword Art franchise.
Not quite. Gun
He's either in or referenced everything in the franchise.
Yeah.
He is.
They referenced him in. Your favorite one is the Gun Gale one, right?
Oh yeah, I love that one. Steven, I'm sure you're familiar with the Sword Art Online alternative, right?
Oh yeah.
Gun Gale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Because Pito Hui has his beam saber from Gun Gale, from GGO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, oh yeah, it's some whack ass noob. He didn't know how to fire a gun, so he just used a beam saber instead. And this is that same type of beam saber. I got it because I'm Pito Hui and I'm OP as hell.
Yep.
Funny enough, her voice actress, Pito Hui's voice actress, Hikasa Yoko, it's her birthday today, so shout outs to Hikasa Yoko, happy birthday. So
Hey.
she's hot. So
Happy birthday, Pizza.
Yes.
so
I've yet to watch that anime.
The alternative one? Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I think you'll like it.
I think the only one I really, really enjoyed was the orbital scale one, because Kirito sucked.
Yeah.
Did he?
He was the
It was
worst
more, it was a little more
player.
realistic. It was just he was working his way to it, right? So you actually see the progress. You see him F up, you see him learn. And then, but, the Sword Art movie ends like all the anime does. He ends up OP and then he beats the bad guy. Like, that's the whole point, right?
Power of love and friendship.
Comic book that ever come out, Superman learns a new move and then he just becomes more and more OP. Like it's the same thing.
Not my Black Swordsman.
Rest in peace, Miura.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. So actually, Ramon, do you care about any other Justice League members or just Green Lantern? Just I get it. Roman and Ramon, they're on the same page. It must be a Roman Ramon thing. Just I like Batman. I like Batman.
I like Batman. I like all of them. Okay. I will say I like Wally over Barry.
Okay.
Just because I grew up with the Justice League cartoon, and that was Wally West Flash.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was when he got introduced on the Superman Adventures, right?
Say that again?
That was the Flash that got introduced on the Superman Adventures, right?
Possibly.
Okay.
He was the red-headed Flash.
Okay.
A ginger? So he has no soul.
Yeah, but he's still the best Flash.
Well, he has no soul, so he can do whatever he wants and not feel regret.
Actually, his episode was really nice. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. The one where he just visits all his villains. I think it's during Christmas.
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh man, you got to watch some Justice League.
Okay, that was just okay. I was gonna say, now, do you go out of your way to be a rebel and not like the mainstream ones? Like you said that you like the Wally West versus the Barry Allen. So
I like freaking Kyle instead of Hal.
Yeah, exactly. Is this intentional? Like you're just like, ha ha ha, fuck the authority, or
no. It's just because, like I said, I grew up with
those characters,
with Wally West.
Okay.
And Kyle became the Green Lantern in 1994. I want to say.
Okay.
After Hal went crazy. So he was the Green Lantern for the longest time until Rebirth, which was in 2004, 2005.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, of course I'm going to choose Bruce Wayne Batman over Dick Grayson Batman. I mean, come on.
What about Azrael Batman?
No.
Not even a hesitation. Didn't even think about it. No.
That's my favorite.
No.
Really?
No.
Roman said that's my favorite.
I'm sorry. Not gonna lie, that armor did look pretty damn cool, though.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. So it's interesting because it's like that, and it's like you talk about that, we grew up with it, and that's kind of what it was for my transition from the cartoons into anime and manga, and then I just kind of haven't looked back, because we had Tenchi, Ranma, Eva, and all that, and then I just kind of left all the comic book shit behind. It was and this was right after Heroes Reborn, when again after Onslaught killed everybody, and I was just kind of what, and it was and I think something similar happened in X-Men too, where they destroyed the mansion or something, or maybe that was a result of Onslaught. They destroyed the Xavier's mansion, but that it was just kind of And then, what did you guys think of Clone Saga? Because I heard that they're doing that same event, Spider-Man's Clone Saga. They're doing that right now with.
They're doing a Miles version, right?
Yeah, Miles version. Yeah. What's that all about?
That's Eddie. I don't.
Well, I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet.
Okay.
All my books are in Hayward, and I'm in Vallejo right now.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think that it's things like that where they're just kind of recycling storylines is kind of And I know we've talked about this too, where it's like the Shonen Jump formula just has been working for almost 40 years now, and it's like still appealing. But then like when Marvel does it with like Civil War 2, or Peter Parker Clone Saga versus Miles Morales Clone Saga, and everyone's just like, ugh. But then it's all like a new season of Dragon Ball Z Super, yay! Or I guess for now, you know, the current big three is Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer. And Demon Slayer is literally main dude with his friend, his rival, potential love interest, and then like another female friend. In this instance, it's his little sister. But yeah.
Hey, where have we seen that before?
Bleach.
That's like we see that in every, you know, anime.
Bleach,
ever,
One
right?
Piece, ReZero.
Well, One
So-
Piece doesn't
so
really have
are
any
they-
love interests.
I'm gonna say like this.
For Luffy,
you,
anyway.
you recently just came from. You took a little trip, right? You came down to. You went down to Texas and you saw some good old, you know, American wrestling,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it's funny that you mentioned this when it comes to comics, the reusing storylines, because that's one thing that the wrestling industry is known for, right? I mean, there are only so many stories you could write when it comes to two people fighting each other, you know, over a belt, and neither of them are even wearing pants. Like,
It's
there's
true.
only so much you can do, right?
It's true.
So, yeah, we have seen in WWE or AEW or whatever, you know, the organization is, you know, these storylines constantly being reused, whether it's we're a tag team and then one guy turns on the other because, you know, of whatever reason, or, you know, it's just these stories get recycled all the time. And it's a formula that's worked for them for years. And, you know, the comic industry is no different. I mean, how many, Ramon, you of all people know, how many times has DC reused the storyline that you've seen before? I mean, I'm sure, you know, you can count it on your hands and toes, right? And Marvel's no different. Marvel has reused a couple stories here and there. Yeah, like you said, Civil War, Clone Saga. Some of them were good, some of them were bleh, but, you know, it is what it is.
I think too that, and people are starting to realize this as well, and I mentioned this maybe a month or two ago, that one of the things I think that's catching up to Marvel and DC and other things too is because they were so honed on the superhero story that they didn't see manga and anime and its diversity coming out, you know? Because it's not just all like superhero titles. Some of it is science fiction, some of it is fantasy, some of it is comedy, some of it is romance, you know, and some of them even combine elements of it, you know? Like, I think that pretty much anybody that's seen Konosuba has walked away just loving the shit out of it. And that's basically just dumping all over isekai, all over fantasy, all over Dungeons and Dragons, all over JRPGs.
I mean, even the screenwriter to Pulp Fiction liked it.
Yes, the Academy Award-winning screenwriter to Pulp Fiction said it was the greatest movie he's ever seen. So, and
Really?
yes, I'm telling you this, Ramon and Eddie, I've said this to Roman, and he's watched it. This guy said it was the greatest movie he's ever seen, and it has an assault joke in it. So it has an assault joke in it. And he said it was the greatest. And dude, we were dying in the theater. We were laughing at Kazuma getting assaulted. And we were laughing because he's a scumbag, Scumzuma. And we were laughing at him. And he said it was the greatest movie he's ever seen. That's what I'm talking
I've still
about.
yet to watch that anime.
Well, if you're...
That show is pretty funny, Ramon.
Yeah, but the movie does take place after season 2, so if you're gonna do it, yeah, you do have to watch it in order. That it is relevant. You have to watch the movie after season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is, and it helped propel like Takahashi Rie's career because it was like she did Megumin, and then she did Emilia, and then she did Mashu, and now she's in the stratosphere. Now she's just like one of the top tier voice actresses. But it really helped shoot her up into the atmosphere. And then everyone else just absolutely kills it. I know that Cosmo's voice actor, he's in a current show right now where he's kind of the same character. He's kind of another scumbag.
Drugstore in Another World.
There it is, Drugstore in Another World. Where he'll just throw his... What's up?
I was talking to my friend about that. He said that he was watching it.
Yeah, that one seems pretty meme-worthy this year. Or this season, I should say.
Seems interesting.
Yeah. So when I get a chance, I'm definitely going to put that one on. But yeah, he Jun Fukuyama, Jun Fukuyama, that's Lelouch. Jun Fukushima, he's really good at being scumbags. And then he also does Gabriel or Gabiru in Reincarnated as a Slime. So yeah, Ramon, when are you guys going to carry that time I got reincarnated as a slime?
If people ask for it.
Yeah. If somebody's asking the owner, hey, I'm looking for this, and if he could get it, he'll get it.
That's my theory, is that if the title has more than 3 words in it, then it's a great show. Sword Art Online, garbage. Attack on Titan, garbage. Do You Love Your Mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? Genius.
Hey, man, I like a show that only has 2 words.
One Piece.
Log Horizon.
Garbage. One Piece. One Piece. Yeah, that's. It's like, I'm trying to not say it, but no. One Piece is good. It's just I ducked out of One Piece way early. You know, but
there was a time
that long time ago.
Yeah. But it wasn't like because I didn't like it or anything. It was fun. It was good. It was just that I just went on to other things and I never came back. And now I'm like one of those guys that looks at how many episodes are out now and it's like I'm never gonna catch up.
Latest episode?
But it was around how many episodes is it? In the 900s?
It's 982, I think, right now.
Okay, when it was around like the 700s, I told Eddie one time, "Hey, I'm gonna watch this," and oof. I watched like 80 something episodes, and I was like, "Nope, I can't do this." And I dropped off.
Was it because it was too many, or because you just didn't like it?
I guess it was just too many.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that it's not because it's like a bad plot or bad characters or bad anything like that. It's just because it's so overwhelming. You're just kind of like, I like it, but I don't want to commit to it. So,
yes,
exactly.
So, but it's yeah.
You could always just try reading the manga first.
I think I could read it faster than I can watch it.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. If you can't do the anime, read it.
And actually, Eddie and Ramon, you have my guaranteed sale when they finally domesticate the 100 girlfriends who really love you. Was that enough reallys?
I think so.
Okay, really love you. See? More than 3 words, and it's a good show.
Is that a manga?
It is a manga. It's like a parody harem anime where the guy is eventually going to get 100 girlfriends. He's already got 13 right now.
Jeez. Is it just going to be like 101 Dalmatians where they just kind of cut in the other like 80? they don't have personalities. They're just all like 80 twin sisters or something.
Hey, who knows? He might get some twins.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a tsundere, like a yandere almost. He's got like a mom, MILF, maid.
Yes.
He's got the science girl, a lolly. He's got
the cousin.
He's got a cousin. You name it, he's got it or he's going to get it.
So, and that's another one of those things too, where when they cross genres, which again you don't see too often in Western comics, is that they take like multiple genres, mash them together, and then it forms a whole new title. That's what gives manga and anime more broad mass appeal than I feel that the Western comics do.
And the fourth wall breaking is on another level on this one. Yeah,
in 100 Girlfriends, they also constantly make references to other like video games, other series, other manga. So, and they're all like he was dressed as Luffy one time, and they were like, "Yo, you sure we could get away with this? We're gonna get sued."
They're like, "Why did you choose the post time skip?" 'Cause I don't know hockey yet.
Wow. So
speaking of anime and video game, that Dragon Quest anime movie.
Ah,
was it Dragon
Did you
Quest?
watch that?
Dragon Quest Die,
yeah.
the one that's airing right now.
No, there's an anime.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Netflix thing, right?
Yeah, the movie, which was based on like Dragon Quest V or something.
Yeah, the one with the waifus.
There's a Netflix movie?
Yes.
I want to say that. Yeah, it was on Netflix. I want to say Netflix paid for that.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a Netflix movie.
yeah. I
That
haven't.
was really good.
I haven't, but no, I do want to watch it because Dragon Quest V was the waifus, so that's on my list.
That was really good.
There's a TV series also going on right now that Toei, the animators from actually from One Piece, right? Toei
One
animators?
Piece, Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball, yep.
Super. Yeah, they're the ones doing that one.
And from Sailor Moon Crystal and Sailor Moon Original, they're doing and they do long form like shows, like 90+ episode shows. That animation studio is not afraid to do it. But right now they're animating Dragon Quest Die from the 80s, which was based off like Dragon Quest Warriors 1, 2, and 3. And apparently that manga is at on the bridge in Japantown. You can actually read the Dragon Quest Die manga there. But
Oh, cool.
yeah, that's a TV series, but that's kind of like one of those things where it's an independent story told in the Dragon Quest world. So
It's not following the hero.
yeah, because the hero is always a self-insert. It's like, hello,
Right.
Ramon. You are the hero. You must go defeat the Dark Lord. Here you go,
Right.
Ramon. Go form your
want to.
party. Yeah. So, yeah, but in this one, it follows an actual named kid and all of that. So,
Trying to become the hero.
yes, yes, and then yada yada, love and friendship saves the day. So, yeah, it's there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff, and again, I wanted to give Ramon shit because of the way Ezra Miller was running in The Flash, and then I'm literally over here watching Horse Girls, and their running animation is so smooth and so solid, and it's based off a gacha game for fuck's sake. And I was like, these Horse Girls run really naturally, and then Ezra Miller can't make up his mind if he's swimming or he's running.
When that movie first came out,
Yeah.
I told the owner, our friend, the owner of the comic shop,
Hey.
Juan, how much I hated how he ran. It
Jeez.
looks like he's skating.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, speed skating.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 He's just like going like this. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, people don't run like that. It looks like you're getting momentum for when you're skating.
No, I didn't even think about that, but now I'm remembering it. And I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. And then they got mad at him for putting the hot dog in what's her name's mouth
What?
in the Snyder cut. He basically he did a Quicksilver where he was going so fast everything was in slow mo. So he got the hot dog and put it in. I forgot her. God, what was her name? Was it?
In her mouth?
Yeah.
In the Snyder Cut, I'm pretty sure he just took the hot dog with him so that the dogs would like him.
Oh, okay. There you go. That. Yeah.
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 I was like, wait a minute.
Okay. I've watched a fucking parody of it. That's on me.
Okay.
I watched a really good Photoshop.
I was about to say, I was like,
So-
I do not remember this.
Yeah.
It was a 4-hour long movie. But yeah.
I liked it.
It actually goes by really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you don't even feel it. You sit down and you watch it, and the next thing you know, oh, it's over. We're done. Okay, cool.
I actually think that's funny that in the Western like movies, like the superhero movies and all that, when the actual fans like y'all, for instance, would critique a movie or just be like, that kind of sucks ass. Y'all should have done it like that. The stands actually yell at y'all. But then in like the anime and the mangaka and the artists and all of that, when they yell at them or they're like, your shit sucks, they're like, bite me. Like they won't take shit for nothing, like the mangaka for Negima and Love Hina, he was straight up at the at a convention for mangaka and artists and all that, and he's just like, yo, we can't listen to SJWs, man, they're gonna kill our industry. And they were like, Ree! And it was like, well, he made upskirts very popular, you know, like he had a harem anime that was probably as popular as Ranma, and you know, he helped just blow up the genre, you know, like we wouldn't have things like We Never Learn and, you know, 100 Girlfriends if it wasn't for Ken Akamatsu. And he just basically said, yo, if an SJW tells you stop doing panty shots, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Jeez.
So, you know, and then we just saw it again. One of the guys from JC Staff. JC Staff, they have a reputation. I know that Roman and I have talked about him because they animated One Punch Man Season 2.
Yeah.
And people got super butthurt over them. And me and Roman are just like, well, if anything, I think the story kind of lacking. That was a little bit bad or worse than the animation, because the animation was fine. But the story was kind of lacking in Season 2. Or they just, I guess they just ended it on an awkward spot. But
it should have been a 24 episode season.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's supposed to continue on, because it's not even fully like translated in the manga yet,
right?
Because it's done in the webcomic.
Mm-hmm.
Like one actually finished that and is on to another arc, but it hasn't been brought over from what's the guy's name?
Something. I know the Eye Shield 21 guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
he hasn't redrawn it.
He remade.
Yeah, he hasn't drawn it again, or redrawn it. Yeah, but yeah. So this guy from JC Staff, from that animation studio, he basically said the same thing too. He's all like, "Yeah, we don't get input from Western fans," and I was like, based as fuck.
You know, I actually think I saw that.
Yeah, it was on Senkaku Complex, and a couple of YouTubers covered it, and that's where he's from. He's from JC Staff. And JC Staff is a big animation studio too. You've probably seen some of their shows and not even recognize that it was them.
I don't know any like animation studio names.
You basically just need to know Ufotable. That's the studio that's kicking your ass right now, like in the Western comics guys. They're the ones that
whose president just got arrested for tax evasion.
Well, no, he didn't do jail time because he paid the fine.
Convicted him.
Yeah, he was convicted.
Hey, Steven.
Yo.
Who's that artist that you were just talking about? The ones that you said there was a mangaka that did. What was it? Upskirts or something?
Yeah. Ken Akamatsu.
Okay, so Ramon will know this story. There's actually we have an equivalent in the comic book world where so there was an artist who was he was hit with a bunch of criticism. His name is Frank Cho.
Yeah.
For the way that he drew female characters, because they went, "How dare you, draw."
Is this the guy that did the Mary Jane art?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he, people, started bashing at him, going, "Oh, how dare you, draw these characters and these provocative poses and stuff like that? Da 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 da. You shouldn't do that." And then he basically just went, "Well, fuck you, I do what I want." And that's all he draws now, and that's all he shares on his social media is he'll draw these female characters in provocative poses.
My man, right there.
I mean,
my man.
What else does he does? He's a great artist. I've actually met him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was this again? What was his name?
His name is Frank. Yeah, Frank Cho. He's actually going to be visiting the Bay Area really soon.
Next month.
Yeah. Dope.
Want to go to the other side, Steven? We'll take you to a Comic-Con.
I might not even be in town, but we'll talk. If I am, sure.
All right.
But yeah. Frank Cho. Thanks.
What's funny about the Frank Cho thing also was, I believe it was one of the creators of what's her face? Spider-Gwen? I think it was. he
Really?
was one of the people also saying, how dare you and all that stuff. It's outrageous.
Oh yeah.
So Frank Cho, every time he drew the sexy ladies, he would draw the Spider-Gwen character and have a little bubble saying outrageous, like looking at the other creator.
Yeah. So
That-
yeah, he's a big troll.
I'm looking him up right now. Let's see. Frank Cho, what you got? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I see he's got a series named Fight Girls. Oh yeah, Lost War. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's new. I think his old
that
stuff
was
was Liberty Meadows.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I've seen his art before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's got Amazon, so Roman is definitely in there now. Yeah, Roman loves Penthesilea from Fate.
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, I've seen this. Okay, yeah. I recognize this. I didn't know that was him. Wow. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
his Wonder Woman. Yeah. Oh, and this, yes, and the more modern She-Hulk, the She-Hulk that I remember, the Jessica Drew,
Yeah.
the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman.
That everybody got upset about.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, they drew in Spider-Gwen in that same pose.
There's Spider-Man.
Oh man, it's good. There may be hope for you guys in the Western comics after all. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. My heart.
We're not too different. I'm telling you.
No, we're not.
We're not too different.
We're not. That's what I'm saying. Is that I don't know where things went wrong. It was like everything was so good. There was a giant renaissance in the superhero genre, and it was great. Like I said, back in Iron Man 1. We were working at GameStop in downtown San Leandro, and we were just yelling, "Tony Stark built this in a cave! What scraps?" It was fantastic. But and now we went from that to Senator, you gotta do better. It's like, and female empowerment by smashing your nose.
What?
When you watch Black Widow, you'll understand.
Seen it?
What?
You've seen it?
I've yes and no. Yes and no. We'll leave it at that. I won't say more spoilers than that. But yeah. And then we were talking on the chat this morning when I was coming from the airport on the BART train, and our friend Manny, he goes, "Oh, what was the ending of Loki?" And all I said was, "He cries." LOL.
I still have not.
Loki.
I still haven't watched Loki. I need to watch it.
And I
won't spoil anything or say nothing, but it was actually really good, and it changes the landscape of the MCU. Like it's a good tease of what's to come. Because like you guys mentioned earlier, right? Like when we're talking about the Marvel films, like in the beginning, we had this build-up, right? Avengers and then Thanos, so we actually knew it was coming. Now it's like, okay, what do we have to look forward to? And you asked that question, right? That's why we don't care about these movies that are coming out now, because it's like, well, what's the point, right? Like it seems like they're just throwing out these films, but what does it all mean, right? What's the bigger picture? And I feel like this Loki episode kind of hints at that or teases that big picture.
I like how you're super positive, and every time there was a break in what you were saying, Steven's just
That's what Roman said. Roman's like, "Shut your mouth." I was like, okay.
It was like positive, negative.
Okay. Look, it's not for everybody. If it is what it is. It's not for everyone.
I'm just what I'm saying.
Everything I've seen has been pretty positive about Loki, except for
exactly
these people on YouTube who don't seem to like anything.
Don't mind them. Anybody can go on YouTube.
Outside of that, like normal people that I see watch it,
it's whatever.
Yeah, like I've most of the comments I've seen have been positive about Loki. I'm gonna binge it tomorrow. we might have to push back our.
I've seen both positive and negative from the same guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's either he says this episode was good or this episode was bad.
Well, they can't all be good. I mean, it got greenlit for a second season, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Captain Marvel made $1 billion, so doesn't mean that any of those were good. So yeah, you know,
that's right. Freaking Transformers made $1 billion. Doesn't mean that was a great movie.
I mean,
whoa, wait, which one?
I think like the third one.
Oof.
Okay, I haven't even seen the third one, so I can't make any comment.
Oof. That was the Dark Moon one, right?
So that made $1 billion, but nobody ever says how great of a movie that is because it made $1 billion.
Transformers 1 and 2 I really enjoyed. 3 I didn't watch. I saw a couple of the Mark Wahlberg ones. They were okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Bumblebee one.
Yeah, that was good.
I've only seen the end of that. Like, it was just on when I was home once, and it was the last 20 minutes.
Are you guys still... And they just put out a new Suicide Squad 2 trailer, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think you can only watch it online.
Oh, okay. Thoughts? Eddie? Ramon?
Hey, look, I'm excited for that movie, too.
Which movie?
Suicide Squad 2?
Oh, I haven't seen anything about it.
Okay. I saw the first trailer, but then when John Cena sold out, then I'm like, never mind. So,
John's hilarious.
You know, I don't know. I'm trying to get over it because as a capitalist myself, I get it. You got to do the shuck and the jive. You got to pay the mortgage, but man, some things is just there. You can't put a dollar amount on it. So, and the way he did it too, it was like, oh man.
What?
So his apology where he's like, oh, I'm very, 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 very sorry. And it's like, no, you ain't. Damn, dude, he's even kayfabing it in his apology video. Once a wrestler, always a wrestler. You just don't turn it off.
Oh, John Cena?
Yeah, John Cena.
Okay.
So, because remember that was my my profile picture was Peacemaker. So I was like, because and truth be told, I actually did. I do respect Cena more as an actor than as a wrestler because I think he has more of a beaming, obnoxious personality that like Dwayne doesn't have. Like Dwayne is always all like more like, oh, I'm The Rock, I'm intimidating. But John Cena can do anything from like military based to goofy to like dumb. I still remember him in was it the Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, was that Stepdad? Oh man, damn it! But yeah, when he was in the second one with Mel Gibson, that was pretty funny.
Okay.
But yeah. So I respect him as an actor, but that apology video just too much kayfabe for me. Just fake. Just fake.
I wouldn't have apologized.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I said when they tried to come at Kayano Ai for her going to the shrine, and then for Toru from Dragon Maid, her voice actress, she went to the same shrine. They haven't apologized. It's like sucking balls. So, yeah, it's just sad. But what you gonna do? Like I said, I get it from a capitalist standpoint. He's got to pay the bills, but he's not. It's not like he's dating what's her face anymore, right? The twin, the Bella twins.
No, he's not.
Yeah. So, anyways, well, like I said, I hope that you do enjoy that movie when it does come out. It's got Sylvester Stallone, so if I did watch it would be to support Stallone. That's for sure. Yeah. So, Ramon, you do know that at least, right?
That Stallone's in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't hear it. I just know that the article came out saying it, and I was like, really? But I was like, I'm also not going to go back and watch it, so I'll just take your word for it.
Aw.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, yeah.
Well, we'll see how Suicide Squad 2 is anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, I respect Roman because he, like you said, he hasn't given up on the MCU yet. So,
well, I mean, I don't see anything wrong. I mean, you keep pointing out all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't see what's the big deal about that. So, I mean, for me, as long as I find the movie enjoyable and entertaining, it's a good movie. I don't care if it's got all this other stuff in it that you guys don't like.
I'm always
exactly.
concerned. I'm always concerned
and that's
about
kind of the point
escalation.
whoa. As well is, I feel like you watch something, did you like it? Okay, good. That's
yeah,
all
but that doesn't
matters.
make it a
matter
good
what
movie, even if you enjoy it. I like movies, and I say, yeah, these movies suck, but they're enjoyable.
I usually say they're
Yeah,
bad
fine.
but good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do. I mean, did you personally like the film? Then
Yeah,
okay, that's great.
But they're not
Nobody
good
else in the world
movies.
has liked it because you did. Ramon, you recommend a bunch of crap to me that you like, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna watch some guy in the movie talk for 3 hours. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, but hey, you like it? More power to you. That's great.
Like, I mean,
You
I
know,
know I'm not the
I'm-
only one,
yeah.
but I do like the Howard the Duck movie, so it's also got to be like some kind of indication on my taste.
Yeah.
So Roman just admitted he likes Howard the Duck.
Sucker Punch, everybody hated it, and it's it's whatever.
I mean, I thought it was funny though, and I still think the CG holds up.
For which one?
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck? The animatronics?
No, the
Yeah.
CGI.
No, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's that, like, even compared to nowadays, it's not horrible.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, watch a sci-fi original movie. Those are horrible. Howard
Hey.
the Duck makes those
Yeah,
look...
Hey, don't you trash talk Sharknado 5. It's a
Oh,
classic.
don't think I didn't watch the Sharknado movies, okay? I still watch the Sharknado movies. They were bad, but like I said, they're good. Bad, but good.
Oh man! All right, we've been going on for almost 2 hours, so we can wrap it up unless you guys have anything else you wanted to bring up.
I don't know. I mean, like, Steven, did you have anything else? You got any last questions before we go?
Yeah, Ramon, how do we fix Star Wars? This is going to require another 2 hours.
You, I don't know. Probably.
So it's Ramon, it's Rey Skywalker. Yeah, no, that's
Oh wait,
what's
you're
up?
a big anime guy, so does that mean you're gonna be watching the Star Wars Visions?
I saw things about it. I don't know. How about you watch it first and you tell me?
I'll probably watch it. I'll let you know.
Okay, there you go. Roman will watch it
I
too.
ain't gonna watch that shit.
Yeah. Yo,
Yeah, I'll watch it.
All right. Yeah, y'all tell me if y'all like it. Then y'all can tell me. I would say Ramon, we'll trade. If I watch that, then you have to watch Record of Ragnarok. And then
Record of Ragnarok?
it's on Netflix,
Okay.
yes. And then you could admit that Aphrodite is best girl.
Okay.
That's
Isn't that the only one?
no. Brynhilde is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna take that away from her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was Brynhilde guy.
Brynhilde was pretty fucking good. That's Miyuki Sawashiro. She's so good. It's so hard to find anything that she's done bad. I mean, that's even saying that Roman likes her as Mordred in Fate.
Who?
Miyuki Sawashiro. She does Mordred. Fate's version of Mordred.
Blue Portrait.
And she also does Nightingale, and then she does Artemis.
Oh, Nightingale? Okay.
Yeah, and Rama. But yeah. Miyuki Sarushiro is too good. She's just too good. And she really sells it as Brunhilde. The only thing is that, like I said, when we were talking about it, Netflix, like, does their own subtitles, and some of the subtitles seemed, like, questionable, and then some of the animation, too, was kind of like, okay, I guess. But I think it was Yellow Flash. He also brings up a good point, too, that they seem to be getting an indoctrination process going on, because it's like, right now, they're doing, like, taking manga and turning them into anime, but in a minute, they're just going to start, like, animating, like, I don't know, like, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and then calling that anime, because it's like, oh, but it's animation, so it's anime, and it's like, what? So that,
Why you keep talking about Guy Gardner?
Because that's the first name that came up to my mind. Just the first one that popped in my head. And like I said, I remember that you were like, that's my troll answer, is Guy Gardner. Because people despise him or don't like him.
There are some people who like him, but I just, he's annoying.
Fair. But yeah, go watch Record of Ragnarok.
It's fun.
If
you like tournament shows.
Yes. And it does have something that was a common complaint in most Western media these days, is the terrible father trope. And there is a actual father in Record of Ragnarok that's actually a great father and is well loved by his family. It's like, oh. So that was a nice, healthy twist for once.
Does he die?
Yes.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah, because
see, I knew it. You're like, there was a great father. I'm like, oh, he dies. All right.
Yeah, of course.
That's the way he goes out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, go watch that. That's the one of the hypeness going on right now. And after that, go watch Way of the House Husband, because that's also on Netflix. That one's short. That one's really short
and funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I've got. That's all I got. That's it for me. So, yeah, go ahead. Anything else, or plug the shop, plug your channel, and we'll wrap it up.
Well, yeah, you guys can, honestly, we haven't really posted much on Retrenders.com, but we actually have our own podcast as well. You can find us on Spotify or SoundCloud. It's just Retrender Radio. And that's it.
You might need to repeat that. Cut out.
Say that one more time.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, you guys can also follow our podcast. We are on Spotify and SoundCloud, so you can listen to us on either under Retrenders Radio.
Okay. Got it. Awesome. Appreciate you, dude.
Nice.
Ramon, closing thoughts?
No, just that I have a bunch of anime to watch now.
It'll be fast. If it's just those two, it'll be fast. It'll be real fast.
Yeah, Record of Ragnarok's 12 episodes.
Well, now you got me looking up the frickin' Dragon Quest.
It's good. It's good. We were watching it for a minute, and I stopped, but I'm definitely gonna go back and catch up at some point. But yeah.
Yeah, once I'm done with my move, I'll start catching up on everything. Yeah. 'Cause I'll have time.
Let's see. 39 episodes.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No.
And then when you're done with that, at the end of the month, you need to watch The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated. The Demon Lord Jahi was like at the top of her game, the prime, and then she has her powers sucked out of her. So now she's living in the real world, and she has to work at the izakaya to pay the bills until she can find a way to get her power back.
She has to work where?
At a bar.
Oh.
A Japanese bar, izakaya.
That actually sounds a little like Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yes.
Only he works at McDonald's.
Whack Arnold's, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and that'll be coming out at the end of the month. So, yeah, you've got homework.
There's no end to the homework.
Well, shit.
So once you're done with those, I'm sure he'll give you more.
Yeah. There's a whole backlog, son. But yeah, cool. All right.
All right.
Sounds good. All right.
So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. We'll do this again sometime for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Depending on your schedule, 'cause
yeah,
you're going to be gone.
Right.
For a few months.
Correct.
So we'll figure all that out.
Yeah, we'll make it happen for sure.
Okay, so when is our next watch party now? Because like I said, I'm going to be binging Loki tomorrow, so we can't do it tomorrow.
Probably next Thursday then.
Okay, so next Thursday we're doing the first Rosalia Bang Dream movie.
Yes.
And then the next one after that will be the second one.
Yes.
So that's our next two. We'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, correct.
So you let us know in the comments what you all thought of the discussion, what's your take on all of this, and anything else you might want us to discuss. So
yeah, and go follow Retrenders, huh?
Yeah, go follow them too. Go listen to their podcast.
Yes.
We'll have. You said you're on Spotify and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get the link from you guys later, and I'll put it in the description so they can go and click and find you guys.
Sure.
So yeah, we'll see you all next time.
Peace.
Bye.